we're gonna move on. I'm down to you each have one. I have two. I just gotta let you know this one and the next one. The comment section's gonna get ready here. Gonna blow up here. This is not liked at all across the boards, and I didn't understand why. I stand strong when I put this selection up. Ladies and gentlemen, I love the X-Men 3, The Last Stand. Let me hear it.
yeah. I think it was the best of the three.
I still think 2 is the best of the three, if you're going to go with that. But I've been waiting forever when these comic book movies came out to see a lot of mutants fight each other.
Yep.
And it finally happens in the third one, and nobody likes it. Nobody dug it.
Yeah.
I thought the story was fine. I mean, did they rush this Phoenix Saga thing a little bit too quick?
Yeah,
I think they did. Does it have a few holes in it? Yeah, but like I just like this movie. I don't understand. Sometimes like you watch a movie and you run home, or you listen to an album and you run out to tell people, and before you open your mouth, everybody's like, there's like 12 people in front of you crapping on it, and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna really talk about that band or that movie. Like I didn't understand what the blowback was on this. Maybe is this the one I think where Bryan Singer wasn't in it? I don't think he was.
That was the big issue, was that they lost Bryan Singer.
And then they had to take Cyclops out early because he was in
Superman Returns.
Superman, so he really wasn't available. So you took him. You kill Cyclops like out of the front. So it's like, whoa, this movie's really freaking serious. But I dug that whole fight at the end. I love the whole hold this line thing. Sorry, I like the Iceman versus Pyro. I knew all these characters because I thought the first two were well told. This is something lacking in film these days, but I understood the story, and I dug the whole idea of Magneto pulling a bridge and all that. I dug all of it. I love Ian as Magneto.
Yeah,
Magneto. So, bring on the comment section. I'm right here, but I'll start with Dave.
I mean, I actually saw this at midnight when I was in 11th grade, and I went to school the next morning, got home at like 3 a.m., got up at 6 to go to school the next day because I had to tell everybody I saw the movie. They're all like, "We're seeing it this weekend." I was
midnight showing.
I saw it already. I see what you're saying. Story-wise, I like it. It has like it goes there. The first two movies build up to like there's this war coming. And this shows us like it's happening. It does a lot. My issue with it was always an issue of polishing. I think it just needed to be like the script needed another go around. This scene needed like it. Angel is woefully underutilized in it. There's a whole arc there that we're missing.
Yep.
Polish it better, this is on par with the first two. But the issue was never like the story itself.
Ross.
Yeah, I thought the action was there. It's been years since I saw these, but obviously like grew up as Wolverine, one of my favorite characters, Magneto, one of my favorite villains. Our boy Patrick Stewart playing Picard, absolutely killed it. Love how he comes back in Old Man Logan with Hugh. But as for what I remember, they were all really good up until that Apocalypse embarrassment. These were actually doing pretty good in that trilogy.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, this is the one that introduces Kelsey Grammer as Beast, which might be the best, along with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, might be the best casting.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
right up there.
Yeah. I love bringing Beast in. I dug getting their superpowers taken away so Rogue and Bobby, Iceman, they could get down a little bit. It didn't fully work. I like Juggernaut. I was just like, finally, but I just didn't get it. People just hated this movie. I was like, okay. It was so hated to me. I think that's why they had to hit the prequel button and go to First Class. Like, let's start this kind of over, and then we'll merge.
It was hated because they killed off those characters.
Yeah,
I think people weren't ready for that. And again, it was the downgrade from Bryan Singer to Brett Ratner.
Are you talking about like Professor X dying too and all? Like people weren't ready?
Yeah, like Cyclops, Professor X, and then Jean Grey. Like,
but
and yeah,
at
it,
the
it,
end of
it
the
did.
end of the credits, because I guess people weren't paying attention to both credits.
I know he comes back, and that's why he's
You heard
there
his voice. You heard Professor
Yeah.
X's voice.
That's why he's there in Days of Future Past. But I think that had Bryan Singer directed it, it probably would have been received better.
So let me jump in and back up the same way I backed you up earlier with the Terminator. Hey, it's Arnold. It's Linda Hamilton. This where people just looking at like, oh, Brian's out. Oh, Brian's out. Like I don't know. Like going forward. So where people like, oh, it's not in the right hands. I don't even want to go in liking it. Like I don't know.
I think that was part of it, and part of it was just because he left. We barely got Cyclops in it.
So we also got to say he left. And X-Men 3 got crapped on, but it's a perfect 10 movie compared to what the Superman that he put out.
Yes. Now, in hindsight, both Bryan Singer and Brett Ratner are not well liked now for other reasons.
Yes.